Hello again, guys, and welcome to another episode of On the Range podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. And thank you for making us part of your day. Today, we have several exciting announcements. Got a couple of great topics. The weather's starting to get a little better, but as always, I'm joined by my good friend and co-host, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it is going great. America, it's a great day. Just want to thank you for giving us your most precious commodity, your time to tune into the show. Greatly appreciated. Do us a huge favor. If you're driving, wait till you're in a safe spot, but hit that subscribe button. Leave us a rating review. I don't care if it's a thumbs up emoji. Leave us something. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell strangers, tell everybody about On the Range podcast. That's how we get the word out to more people. Don't forget, guys, go check out warhog.com, kelleydefense.com. Make sure you guys sign up for the newsletters. I'm going to be an honest broker, Mark. I'm behind the power curve. I owe a newsletter. I've got some exciting stuff to add in there as well as far as Warhog Tactical goes. But you know, it's like anything else, brother. Life, right? It gets busy. And kind of one of the things I do on the Warhog Words of Wisdom, since we're here, we're going to throw it out there, just a quick accountability check, right? Did you get your workout in? Well, I did today, you know. Got that in earlier. Nice warm day, enjoying it. Hey, man, here's the deal. If you haven't yet, get it in. You still got the day left. If you're a armed professional, don't forget, get your dry fire training in. Where's your act of kindness, and what are you grateful for? And I see you're drinking old delicious Hoist, the new blue raspberry. I got to tell you, man, here's the deal. When we had Allie on, she was talking about the old Whiz volume or something. There's got to be something to it, because when I was down in Florida, man, it was smoking hot. And man, I was pounding water, you know. Yeah. Kill cliff here and there. Nothing. Sucked one of those things down. Next you know, it's like, I'm like, bam. Whether it's IV level hydration or level 4, there's some, man, that stuff is the bomb. So definitely go check out Hoist, and don't forget, use the promo code. I'm going to force you to go to the website. I'm not going to give it over the air. So drive you back to either warhog.com or kelleydefense.com. If you're watching on YouTube, you guys can see it. So
yeah, you guys get to cheat a little bit.
That's it, man. Shameless plug.
Do you say, now the new flavor is blue raspberry, right? Do you say raspberry, or do you say raspberry? Like, is it with a Z sound? Raspberry. I've never met anybody who says raspberry. If anybody knows anybody who says raspberry, shoot us a DM. But you're right about this this Hoist, man. We're out there at Jennings County. You know, it went from cold to rain to hot. And, you know, I had a little bit of a headache going because we never drink enough water, because we, get up, throw some eggs down our gullet and head on out. And we're always the first ones there. But, man, took that headache away. And then I drank a little bit of water on top of it on the way home. Unbelievable stuff. And it tastes great. Yeah. And I got to tell you, the blue raspberry is probably my new favorite. I like the mango, peach mango. That blue raspberry is awesome, man. Yeah. It's delicious.
Well, here's the thing. Since we're on the drink thing, I mean, my hat's off to Killcliff, man. Those cats delivered again. Yes. They loaded up those officers down in Florida. More ignite and recovery than you can shake a stick at. And trust me, them cats needed it, because it was hot. I needed it. And between, I'm telling you, man, the combo between the ignite, getting you kind of, just enough caffeine to get you fired up, and then that recovery, man.
Oh, yeah. I love that
Hoist,
recovery.
It's like, good God, man. Just great stuff for the body. And, it's good, clean energy across the board. So,
yeah. Yeah, man. Killcliff has been a great partner to us, really supporting all the outreach we do and all the training events. They're great. So go to warhog.com, kelleydefense.com, check those promo codes out and use them. They're great savings that they give to our folks. And so a couple of big, a lot of big topics. We're not going to give it all away, because we have some another show coming up that we're going to talk about here in a little bit that we're a couple of big things, guys. Stay to the end of this episode, because there's a couple of big things coming. And I haven't been this excited since we, went to the StreamYard and had the Patreon up and running. So it's going to be awesome. But a couple of big news stories this week. But the one that's hitting me the most, because, you and I, we travel. We have training events and, we have family and all this other stuff that we have to, fly. And old girl judge, she went ahead and she read it, did the right thing. I believe she was was a previous law clerk to Clarence Thomas. She's a circuit judge, I believe, or it's a circuit judge.
Down in Florida, I believe.
Down in Florida. And she overturned the mask mandate for the travel. And, I think some of the folks that were in air, there's videos on YouTube, in flight, the captain gets on and announces, hey, you all can take your masks off.
Yeah.
And, they have the reaction of everybody. It's just great. And, good on her, because you can't sit there and open up the border saying that, I think it was the Title 43 or whatever that rule is that they're revoking, because the pandemic is not a pandemic anymore. It's not an emergency. So we can open the floodgates, right? But you Americans are here. You got to wear your mask on a mass transit. It doesn't make any sense. There's no basis behind it. So good on her. Now, go ahead. I want to hear your comment on that first before we move to the next piece.
Yeah, I mean, good on her, but I think there is, and maybe jumping a little bit ahead, there is some backdoor stuff going on, right? So the Dems, the Dems basically got power scrunched, and here's the thing: we are set up as a system of checks and balances, and it worked exactly like it's supposed to. Hear this judge going, "Nope, wrong," and change it, and the American people are sitting there cheering, right? But you look at everything the Dems are doing, it's everything to crush this country. Hey, let's open up the border and let all these people flow in, okay? So I know Customs and Border picked up, I think, 23 people on the terror watch list thus far.
Yeah.
They're estimating 700,000. And again, it's all a guess. About 700,000.
Hats off to those guys and gals down there, man. But
700,000 didn't or weren't caught, so out of that, how many others you got? What's going on? What are our enemies planning against us? Because we've got this weak government that doesn't want to secure the border. It's not rocket science, guys, right? Get the wall back up and defend your southern border. You have terrorists entering into this country. Okay.
Without question.
Without question. You got more fentanyl coming in this place that will kill every single American out there. Nobody bats an eye. And I'm just sitting there going, you people, you want so much this power, right? But the power doesn't belong to you. You're supposed to work for the people, i.e. the American people, not the illegal people, the American people. So get off your high holy horses. And they can't even embrace this judge's ruling on overturning the mask as a win. They want to sit there.
It could be a win.
Oh, it could be a huge win. You know, if I was Uncle Joey, I'd be sitting there going, look at me. I got rid of the masks, but no, it's, my man, here's the bottom line. I'm going to tell you straight up. I think he needs to be impeached, right? Because he doesn't have the mental cognitive. Because one minute he's going to sit there and go, hey, it's your decision to do what you want. And then whoever the puppet masters are behind the scenes pull the string, and then Uncle Joey's saying something else. And it's like, no, dude, he's too far gone, and unfortunately, number two ain't no better. It's like you almost have to do a cleaning of the house to get things straight, because let's look at it. The top three, all morons, right? All just power hungry, all power hungry for their own personal good. It's not about the constituents. It's not about the American people, but we get huge. Look at, nobody's wanted this mask deal, right? We've known from the get-go, and CDC's even said the cloth masks don't work. Yeah. It's supposed to be, technically an N95 is the proper mask. One could argue that, but I'm not even going to get into that, right? So you've got kids still wearing masks. I mean, it's ridiculous what we have been put through because of weak leadership. Hey, man, here's the bottom line. You force us to take the poison. Keep your job, either take the poison or get fired. All right, so people go sit there and take the poison, and they didn't want to, right? Now all of a sudden that was wrong. So they couldn't do that. So all these things that were put into place to protect the American people or to flex the power has all backfired.
Yeah.
And the American people, I'm going to tell you this, mark my words, brother. At midterms, it's going to be a reckoning. It's going to be a reckoning like you've never seen, because the American people are absolutely fed up. And they should be. Our country, man, we live in the greatest country in the world. It's being run the worst. We've got the worst leadership ever. But Jimmy Carter's sitting there doing cartwheels, right?
Oh,
he's got that beast off his back. He's like, I'm not wearing that title anymore.
No. This is by far the worst administration that we've had in 100 years. And here's the thing: the CDC, they're bureaucrats. They're not elected officials, right? Mm-hmm. And you're right. They absolutely could have taken this as a win. Look, we defeated COVID, and smartly, that would have been the way to go for the exact reason as you said. The midterms are coming up, but you can't ignore the fact that now all of a sudden the DOJ, and we're going to get into that in a second, the DOJ is stepping in and trying to overturn or appeal the decision by the judge. Well, the problem with that is the reason why they cited it was, the only reason that they cited it was so that they believe that this being overturned and taken away by a judge in the future jeopardizes their ability to reenact such mandates. That right there tells you, in other words, we want to keep you under the thumb for a little bit longer to remind you that we can do this to you if we want. And that's the exact thing that you're saying. Most people are going to run to the ballot box, but there are people that are very comfortable with being ruled this way, very comfortable, and that to me is a big travesty. Huge.
The travesty, I think here's the bigger travesty, right? The travesty is this, and I'm going to speak generalities, right? You have American citizens that don't know how good they have it. You have American citizens who don't understand the freedoms they have. You have American citizens who don't understand that freedom has been paid with blood.
Yeah.
And they're going to be sheep going to slaughter. No way, dude. Yeah. The bottom line is this. We live in the greatest country in the world. Do we have our flaws? Yeah, we do. Do we have some shoddy leadership right now? Yeah, we do. But here's the thing, man. We still have amazing opportunities. And what you're going to see is the American people are going to flex their muscle come midterms, and you're going to clean out the rubbish that has not been representing the people as it should. And then in turn, hopefully we'll get some stability there and get some things changed. But the American people need to, golly, man, when you look at our society, we are so twisted, so confused, so don't know which ends up down, people confused on their sex, just all this rubbish going on out there. It's like, stop. Take a common sense approach, big, deep breath, and look at what we got going on. All right.
Yeah.
People have known from the get-go with this mask thing, it was a waste of time. Right. But you had people flexing their muscle. I always go back to the state of North Carolina. We still have legislation on the books. It's illegal to wear a face covering in public. Yet the governor thinks he can put a mandate in, and never really got any bucks on that. But I'm glad to see this judge, stepped up. Granted, a little late in the game. Would have been nice to see it happen last year, but it happened nonetheless. Sit there and go, no, this is wrong. CDC, you guys have been wrong from the get-go, right? You should have kept your mouth shut at, hey, wash your hands. I was okay there. But then when you start adding all this crap there, that didn't do anything,
when they started ignoring their own numbers, that's when the big turn started, at the end of the last summer, when they started ignoring their own numbers and holding back numbers that were contrary to what the mandates that they were putting in was showing. And, as soon as they started doing that, people weren't stupid. you know, and then the kids, you know, a lot of these kids still have freaking masks on in schools. It's ridiculous. And the only reason the DOJ is doing this is that it has nothing to do with them. They just have, you know, buildings and buildings full of attorneys, and they're all scouring all the law books and looking for precedents and past cases and all these things. They're looking to do something to present it to another circuit court to see if they could get it reinstated. And I hope it doesn't happen, because I think that's truly why they're doing it. We got you under our thumb, and we're going to keep you and remind you that we can do it again, because we took this hit, came back, and had it reinstated because that's where the federal government were in charge. You know, and another thing too, when you sit there and look at the private companies, you know, United and American, I think, are still leaving the mask mandates in, requiring, and I don't know if that has changed.
I don't think so.
Indicated that okay, so I hope I'm wrong on that, but
Yeah.
you know, it's you and I are going to sit up here and say, hey, look, it's a private company; they can do whatever they want. You know, they can.
Sure.
I'm just not going to patronize it.
Yeah.
That's a long way away from the government telling us we have to do it. You know what I mean?
Right. And those companies. So here's the thing: the airlines they were getting their hands forced, right? So it's like, hey, you have to enforce this mask mandate. And here's the thing, right? I'll be an honest broker. Was Rick the best mask person? Nope.
No.
You could tell. Yeah, shocking, right? Not that you've seen any vlogs with us unmasked on airplanes, right? But here's what you do, right? You look at the crew, and every crew was different. You had some crews that pushed it more. You had some that didn't care. If they didn't care, hey, if you don't care, I don't care, right? But you know, the airlines, I mean, think about it. Mid-flight, why is the captain going to get on the horn mid-flight and go, hey, you guys are free to take your mask off. You can wear it if you want, right?
Yeah.
Let's think about that for a minute. That's the power that this thing has. Yeah. So here's the thing. You want to wear your mask? Wear your mask. I don't care.
Yeah.
If that makes you feel better, by all means, knock yourself out. But damn, man, don't sit there and tell me to wear that stupid mask. The Dems, I still go back, man. They could have taken it as a win, but instead, power-hungry savages want to sit there. That's all they want to put their thumb back on the man and go, oh, we got to have the mask. Dude, no, we don't. The mask. When we look back in the history books, the mask mandate is going to be the biggest joke to go. It proved it did nothing. Zippo, zilch, you know?
Yeah.
So, but you know, brother, it's nice to see those changes come along. It's nice to see people with common sense make the calls and go, yep, I'm sitting here in this checks and balance, and you are out of balance, and we're going to recorrect the scales. And yeah man, I hope it stays, you know?
I believe her name is Catherine Mazel. If not, I'll put it in the show notes, but I think that's correct. But yeah, that was
Catherine the Great is what she'll be known as.
Yeah. We're gonna say it right now, Catherine the Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people are hooping and hollering and cheering? Dude, I'm gonna tell you this. When I heard, I was ecstatic, because I got to travel next month, and I'm like,
same here. Yeah.
No mask. I'm like, yes. You know.
Yeah.
Now, here's the sad part, right? I should be able to walk out of. I should be able to walk out of the house and not even worry. Do I have a mask?
I know.
Well,
but you know what? You're gonna stick one in your pocket, aren't you?
I don't know if I'll go in my pocket. Might be on my.
It's all about preparedness. We like to talk about preparedness.
Well, preparedness. Yes. I'd rather have my blaster on the plane than a stupid mask, but you won't let me do that.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that's a very loose. I know what I can do. I can use my mask as a snot rag if I need to. So maybe I will be prepared, put it in my pocket and blow my nose with it.
Just put like a bandana in your pocket. Just
dude, that's what I used to do. I used to wear the bandana, and then they were like, oh, you can't have no bandana. I was like, dude, I thought I was back in the Old West, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, check it out, man. got my 6-shooter on and my freaking bandana. I'm like, I guess it's time to go rob banks or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I always thought it was ridiculous anyway, because, the federal government makes those airlines buy all them freaking filters for those planes. Dude, that air gets like overturned like 3 times or 10 times every 3 minutes or something crazy.
It's something ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're there. I mean, you're more you're safer there than you in probably anywhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Without wearing a face mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And if you want to add some protection, put that little vent on so you're getting that added breeze. I mean, dude.
Oh yeah. I always have that thing jetting right on me.
Sometimes I wish it had just a little bit more power. Sometimes it just doesn't. Doesn't give you what you need. But
yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, Twitter, there was a lot of good things going on there. People were just losing their minds. I think it's hilarious. And I really hit the comments, from Kelley Defense, and I tagged you on a lot of them. It was great.
Dude.
It was good.
Here's the thing.
They were losing their freaking minds, bro.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Twitter, right? Because it segues right into the next point. Elon Musk, man, dude, my hat is off to that dude. You want to talk about an American that is kind of putting his money where his mouth is. He is the front runner of the First Amendment right now, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
If he gets done what he wants to get done, now granted, it's one platform. And we'll chat the platform pieces here in a second. But, dude, if he can get that, that will be a game changer, an absolute game changer. Wow, the ability to put free speech, as it was always intended under Section 230, to be, right? Why the federal government? Well, I know why. Because, again, the Dems want their power. But I'm hoping, one of the first things that would happen when the reckoning, and that's what I'm calling the 2022 midterms, when the reckoning happens, number one, I hope Zuckerberg gets silver bracelets thrown on for lying to Congress. Number two, serious social media reform. Clean up your act. Clean up your act. Okay. You are not the First Amendment police. You don't have editorial powers. You're rolling under Section 230. And boom, either you abide to Section 230 or the federal government will intervene. And I'm not a super fan of this, but the federal government will intervene because here's the bottom line. You're infringing on my rights. So at that point, you're breaking the law. Put some silver bracelets on you. Spend some time, in a little 8x8 cell and think about what you're doing. But it has to stop. And Elon Musk, man, I got to tell you, I hope he does. I hope he gets the buy. I think it was like 42 billion. That's billion dollars to buy Twitter.
I think. Yeah, you're right. 42. So it was 54.20 a share, which was more than $10 more each share, which is more than what I can't remember what maybe it was. Rolling Stone reported it. J.P. Morgan had estimated it that that's more than what the company was worth. That was estimated last year. Now that's their argument, is that you're not valuing this company enough. The value of the company that you are using is too low. So we'll see what happens. But that's a lot of cash.
Here's the value of all of them. You're all worth zero in my book. Zilch. Because you infringe. You are un-American. You take the profits from your advertising platforms, because that's what you are. You're advertising. But you infringe. No way, dude.
The funny thing, though, too, is a lot of the board members, I don't even think the board members, some of them are probably shareholders, I'm sure. But, the shareholders like that, the very influential prince in the Middle East or wherever, he has a large number of shares. He gets on there and I think he was from Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure, but he gets on there and makes some kind of a comment about journalism or something like that. And Elon Musk, I wrote a article about it, guys. Go to kellydefense.com, hit read, and look at the Elon Musk v. Twitter article. And he totally went savage and dropped a nuclear bomb on the reply of that guy's tweet. And if you guys know what we're talking about when it comes to that country and journalism, what they're referring to, whoa, that's how you feel about journalism, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know how you feel about journos. Okay,
your head's getting chopped off.
Yeah, so let's not go down there. But he totally went nuclear on him. It was a great response, and I hope I'm with you, man. I hope he is successful. You know, we knew that they were going to forget their fiduciary responsibilities to the shareholders and just drop that poison pill, and we'll see what happens. I can't imagine, why wouldn't you have a shareholders meeting or a vote? I mean, you're about ready to make $10. You're never going to make that.
I don't, again, how their bylaws are all written. I don't know all their rules, right?
Yeah.
So every company's different.
Right.
But yeah, dude, it's a no-brainer, right? And I think what he's trying to do is basically dangle the carrot out there where you get enough people to go sell because I'm making money, right? So if I got shares in it, boom, depending however many I got, $10 a whack, bing, bing, bing. And it's only, in my opinion, it's only going to go up. If Elon Musk has a hold of it, it's not like this thing's going to tank, right? I mean, the man, he's the richest man in the world. You just don't get there by being some dummy. So he knows how to work business.
He had to know that this was going to happen. He had to know.
Oh, dude, I guarantee. So everything's, it's all a chess game, in my opinion, right? I'm going to do this, he's probably going 1, 2, or 3 is going to happen. Okay, cool. 2 happen. Hey, I've got my trickle down plan. Okay, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. He doesn't just arbitrarily. Yes, he's got a boatload of cash, right? But you don't get there by not having plans to execute. So,
and you don't get there by not having a bunch of even smarter people working for you. He's the ringleader, ain't no doubt about it. But he's not outsmarting himself. He's got brilliant people working for him,
Absolutely.
And they knew this was going to happen.
Sure.
And if they think that anybody is going to outsmart, my man sends rockets back and forth to space and lands it more efficiently than anybody ever has. And he made a car, an electric car that's cool as shit, as affordably as anybody has ever had done it. And
he needs to make a gas one.
Oh, you think he drives electric cars? You think he's got a couple muscle cars?
Dude, I'm willing
He's
to
got to
bet.
have a bunch of muscle cars.
No way, dude. Here's what I'm willing to bet. You look at most of these guys, and I can't speak for Elon Musk, but you look at Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos used to drive some freaking jalopy. Dudes at that level, they're very frugal, right? They're not super flashy. Does the car get you from A to B? Yep. Is it the best thing out there? It does its job, right? So maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I would think you own Tesla, right? You probably should drive one. That would be just saying,
Yeah.
When Hogg Motorsports gets fired up, trust me, see that monster motor truck or hot rod or whatever we got line of vehicles going, I'm gonna have one of each, right? Why wouldn't you? But
that's funny because being in business, dude, you and I both, we pretty much don't wear anything, unless we're either selling it or we're getting something out of it to help someone else sell it.
It's all about branding, right?
Oh,
as you see for the
that's right.
Bam. I think I can't figure out my angles. I was like, boom.
Yeah.
But
I know.
But that's it. It's as you progress in this business thing, right? And again, we're fairly new for the grand scheme, but it's all about branding. So if I had a vehicle line, Yeah, of course I'm going to drive that. You know, promote it, push it. Hey, let the neighbors take it out for a spin. You know, hey, run down the dealership, grab you, whatever, man. But that's just, good business in there. But the more you look at Elon Musk and what he's doing, he didn't have to do anything to help out Ukraine with their Wi-Fi, right?
No.
Boom.
No.
Or internet there. I mean, it's just, you look at the guy, and again, I don't know him from Adam, just, what I've seen, but I'm sitting there going, man, you're pretty spot on. And if more Americans at that top tier level, were thinking like you, bam, where would it be? So, I mean, if
I'm pulling for him.
Yeah, dude. If he gets Twitter, and if he does what he does, I think he'll be spot on. So,
yeah. So we're talking about this business thing.
Yeah.
And we got a couple of announcements. And,
all right.
We are super, super excited about it. And you guys and gals are getting to hear it for the first time. Really, I know there's some social media stuff that went out. We're going to push it out even more this weekend. Mm-hmm. But Rick and I have several new things going on right now. The first one I think is it's not as super as exciting, but it could be big for the OTR universe, is that we are now going to be on Fire TV and Roku apps. Mm-hmm. We're already on, Amazon Prime and all that other stuff. But now, if you're, running around with these apps and you subscribe to some of the shows on there, you're going to be able to see On the Range podcast. We're super excited about that. We're hoping those numbers that we're projecting are going to come true. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about the numbers, and what did you think about when we were going to be on Fire TV? Because everybody's got a Fire Stick, and a lot of people have them on their phone. So that reach, and we got to thank the listeners and viewers, because this is going to keep snowballing because of those guys.
Yeah. And, here's the thing, Mark, when we first started this thing, we started off at bare bones basic, not knowing, right? And it's been incremental changes. And the one thing that we've always told the viewers, listeners out there, 1% better every day. And it's not just, it's not lip service, man. We're not telling you that and we're sitting back eating ding dongs, sitting on the couch all day. It's no, man, we're sliding the scale with kind of what we know or what we learn. And that's the whole thing. You're always learning. If you sit there that day that you go, I got it, you're done, man. Because you don't. There's always, technology is always going to change. Something's going to change. There's always ways to make yourself a little better. And really, that's been, I think, our mantra from the get-go is, how do we get incrementally better each time? I mean, let's think about it, man. We started on a free platform talking on phones. Hey, man, what's going on? I mean, shoddy audio. Yeah. Shoddy audio. But you got to start somewhere, right? That's what we thought was the starting point. Yeah. Now we start ramping up. We switch providers. We got mics. We've got cameras, video. We're on YouTube, StreamYard, blasted it out on all these different sites, and here we found another opportunity to get, like you said, the OTR universe out there to a further reach. Cool. We might be a little behind the power curve on that, but that's okay.
A little bit. We're
figuring it out.
Fishing through it.
Yeah, we're figuring it out. Should you tell them about the Netflix deal we got going on, or should I talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead. Dude.
Oh, I wasn't supposed to say anything. More to follow on that one, guys. So,
a big reason for that additional reach that we're going to get was from one of our buddies who've been on the show. And that's going to segue into the next thing that we're doing. And we've appeared on his show. Rick was on there a while ago. Great episode. I'm going to be on his podcast coming up either this week or next week. But Dr. Jason Piccolo. So this Monday, if you haven't seen it on social media, we have a new show. It's going to be a live show. Super excited about it. It's called Reality Check. So Romeo Charlie, Reality Check. It's going to be a panel style show with Rick and I and Dr. Jason Piccolo from the Protectors podcast. Have a guest panelist every now and then. And we're going to talk about, training, preparedness, accountability, mindfulness of ourselves and taking care of ourselves. Great series that Rick has going at Warhog Words of Wisdom, and super excited about it. And I think this is going to be just another, not necessarily an addition to the OTR universe, but definitely a part of the OTR universe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just here's the thing. It's going to expand the content, right? So it's, let's be an honest, broker. We haven't really deep dived into the whole preparedness thing per se, because that beast, that can take an animal all to itself. Just, you want to talk preparedness and what does that mean? If you guys didn't get a slap of reality when the whole China virus, because I hate to use the P word because that's terrible, but when the whole China virus hit, either you were prepared or you weren't. Either you were in that quasi panic state or you weren't. Either you had an extra roll of toilet paper or you didn't.
Or you didn't.
Yeah. But again, I'm shocked, especially for those of us in the East Coast that deal with hurricanes, that you don't have some type of supply system hooked up already. That should be a constant, right? It's not about the milk and bread. That ain't going to do nothing for you. But, it's going to be good. And, you definitely want to tune into the first episode. It's going to be an eye opener. I think it'll be a good way to get the show started. And we're going to pin the link to the first live show in the show notes. So whether you're watching this or you're listening to it on the audio side of the house, you'll be able to go down there and click that, find it, save it, or set a reminder, whatever platform you're talking about. And this, again, one more announcement. This is the one I'm really super excited about. We have a new piece to warhog.com and kellydefense.com, and we're super excited about it. You guys know about the Patreon page. Love the patrons. Those guys are great, guys and gals. Now you can go to warhog.com and kellydefense.com, and you can check out the OTR training on demand. Super, super stoked about this. The hyperlink is going to go right to the virtual training catalog. It's already up and running. We launched it today. Haven't really pushed it out and announced it. We wanted you guys to hear it from us first, our loyal listeners who we love, and we couldn't do this without you. Now you're going to have the opportunity to either stream or download some of the trainings that maybe not the exact ones that some of the patrons get. They got their own thing going on, but you'll be able to rent streaming and download some amazing content that the patrons have been a little spoiled with, the only ones that are getting it. So now everybody around the world can go to the websites and go directly to this on-demand training catalog. And we are super stoked. It's already got a couple of great videos on there. There's a trailer. You can check it out. Super excited about it, Rick. Yeah, you did a smash job on that trailer, man. So great job on that
thanks,
one.
Buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. But since we're kind of on that, right, so if somebody's kind of new, listen to the show going, hey, what are these two jerkies talking about? Here's the deal. So I think that the biggest key with our patrons is the bi-monthly interactive Zoom call. So twice a month, different times, because again, we get people all over the world and trying to accommodate, different time zones and stuff. But patreon.com/on the range podcast, that's where you go. And that top level, that gets the access to that bi-monthly Zoom call. And, it's actually chatting with the patrons on there, and I think the latest thing they've done is kind of the Q&A. It's like they really come with their
ramp that up.
They've come with their questions, and dude, it's great. So it's a great time, great crew. lot of fun, and we laugh, chuckle, solve all the world's problems, and just take it from there. But it's a great community, to be part of. And no judge zone. Nobody's out there, judging anyone. It's just, hey man, we're all living life, help each other out, and just take it from there. So definitely. Here's the thing, Mark, I got to say it one more time, just because we're not paying you guys lip service when we sit there and tell you 1% better every day. It's a constant, how do we slide the scale? How do we make this better for you guys? How do we get better content? All this different things we're doing, again, is just trying to get that reach out there and just help people out, right? Be a good person, be a good American. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And just kind of challenges Rick always does. Hey, are you being a good American today? I hope so.
I hope so. Yeah. We need them. We need them.
Oh, dude, more than ever.
But again, guys, warhog.com, kelleydefense.com. Go in there and check out all the content. There's a lot of free stuff on there. It's a one-stop shop for all the audio shows, the video shows, and the new feature, the OTR training on demand. Go ahead and click that. Go directly to the catalog and download or stream the training videos you want to see. We're going to be uploading those. Some things that we've had in the bank are going to go on there, Rick, and then the stuff that we're doing currently are going to go on there. And then, of course, the Patreons have their stuff and the Zoom calls. There's a lot of ways to get into the OTR universe and communicate with the community, talk with everybody, and get some no BS training. And our training catalogs, we're ramping that up. You got some stuff going on. We're not so sure about next month, what's going to happen with that, with down in Fayetteville. But hey, we'll keep everybody up to date, because we're thinking about doing a meet and greet, some kind of an event where, we'll be there and some of our friends will be there and everybody can come and hang out and we can shake each other's hand and meet face to face. Communicating through social media is great. The technology is unbelievable, but it's always nice to meet people. And hopefully that goes through. If not, we'll figure it out and we'll come up with something else. And maybe they'll just push it back to the end of the year, and we can do what we planned on just a few months later.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those. We're still in kind of some crazy times, right?
Yeah,
world's an uncertain place. Things are going on. Yeah. So we'll play it by ear. Keep you guys posted as far as what's up. But as soon as we know, we'll let you guys know, and then just take it from there. So, at the end of the day, Mark, here's the bottom line: whether it happens next month, down the road, it's all good, man. It is all good. You got to be like that rubber band. Just be flexible, and it all works.
Yeah,
so.
we love training with you guys. We love interacting with all of you. We love that you listen and watch all of our audio and video shows. Do us a favor, share and like them, and subscribe when you can. Leave us a comment. But we really enjoy that, and we thank you for allowing us to do this and keep this going. Your support keeps the show really progressing the way it has been, and really keeps us. We don't really need a ton of motivation because we love it, but it does keep us motivated. We love interacting with you guys and seeing you guys on the social media. And we talked about on the one Zoom call, we had a post that Rick had put together and we shot it out, and it had 17.4 million views. That to me is unbelievable. And that's not because of us, Rick. That's because of our listeners and our viewers that share and watch and comment and push that thing through. We obviously tickled the algorithm that day, my friend. And that was because of all the viewers and listeners, man. Yeah.
And that's it, man. We get lucky every once in a while. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Another great one.
Absolutely.
Put out some good information about the new virtual training and the new show. Yeah. And we'll do it again here real soon. And if you guys want to get on the Zoom call, you can go to patreon.com/On the Range podcast, sign up, and we're going to have one this Tuesday, and we're going to put those links out. And man, leave us a comment below. Tell us what you think. Really appreciate it, Rick.
Yeah. As always, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for all your support. And until next time, we'll see you soon.
Go out there and crush it, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go, bud.